That's not good.
This time on Heavy Rescue 401.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Cracked trailers.
If he doesn't prepare himself, he could...
Forces split decision.
Watch out. Oh.
We don't have much wiggle room.
The Rosses get squeezed.
Whoa!
Pretty easy to get lost out here.
And Mitch heads off-road
If I get stuck, we're here all night.
and into the drink.
No, Mitch, you got water.
It's running perfectly fine here.
Yeah, yeah.
Mid-afternoon traffic on the highways of Toronto is moving well.
Run right out of this into clear road.
Welcome to Toronto.
But at the Compass Traffic Center, operators keep careful watch.
Vehicles went out sideways.
Because when there's more room for traffic to move, there's more room for things to go wrong.
401 eastbound express east of Vic Park.
I'll make my way up there.
Really, 5 Tango 007. I'm just 401 right now.
And just after 3 p.m., OPP Sergeant Kerry Schmidt heads west of the city to an urgent call in Oakville.
We have 2 vehicles on the right shoulder.
Unit on scene.
601. Not seeing a collision.
So we've got a truck on fire, Highway 403 near Dundas. We got to get to the scene.
Fire at scene. It's smoking pretty good.
This is a pretty significant fire we're dealing with, so there's going to be massive delays, congestion, and possibly road closures in that area right now. All right, so traffic's backing up here now, so this is the start of the slowdown. There they are. I see the flashing lights.
A fire crew is dousing the last of the flames that erupted on the flatbed trailer.
That's quite the mess.
Hey, how you doing?
Brakes seized, heated up, caught fire, and then the fire got converted up to the cargo that was on the flatbed.
So this is Highway 403 eastbound. Just before Dundas Street, we have a transport truck that caught fire.
Kerry documents the scene to keep the public informed.
It actually melted the aluminum deck of the trailer. Fire's on scene doing their work.
The fire department obviously has put the fire out, but we're down below zero freezing temperatures, and obviously the risk of ice and freezing of that water could result in slippery conditions.
Firefighters take care of the ice, but the tougher problem is the flatbed itself.
The fire actually melted the integrity of the trailer and continued up into the cargo of the trailer. And now we're waiting for crews to come in and remove the trailer and the cargo.
Removing it won't be a simple hook and toe.
They can't even pull it because the structural integrity is gone.
Yeah.
So as soon as they pull it, it's just going to collapse on itself. Yeah, they need to float it out on a flatbed.
We want to get this trailer cleared out of here as quickly as we can. Traffic is backing up.
This is a major connector here on the west end of the GTA, and anytime we lose a lane here, it has massive implications. So this trailer's not going anywhere.
On North America's busiest highway, closure is not an option.
Looks like we've got some heavy tows showing up here.
I see 2 heavy tows, but I don't see a float trailer. Waiting for a float trailer is going to take extra time.
I don't think they're going to let you tow it. You get the birth to the crank, right?
For us to be towing it down the highway puts it in huge risk, because if it was to fail on the highway, we could have an even bigger mess than what we have right now.
So the heavy ops offer up an unconventional idea.
I'm gonna hook up at the back and hook up at the front.
So the tows have a plan. Tow it off without a float trailer by putting one truck in reverse.
They'll hook one wrecker to the back and a second on the front, slinging the trailer between them. Then they'll drive it off the road, one of them in reverse.
This is something that we don't see all the time.
It will be faster than waiting, but if the move puts too much strain on the middle, they risk breaking the trailer in half.
Go, go, go. Out, out, out.
So the Salter truck should be in place in less than 5 minutes. The MTL's got the blockers across the back.
As managers of the scene, the OPP have decided it's a chance worth taking.
Let's see if these guys can pull it off.
Okay.
Hopefully the integrity of this trailer holds. We have that deck that has been compromised.
You're going to lift right on the axle?
Yeah, looks like it. They got the front end hooked up. Back end is just lifting up right now, and they're going to bring it right off the ground.
Even this initial lift could be too much.
You can see how it's flexing right at the brake point there in the trailer.
So far, it's holding.
They should be almost ready to roll.
Now, they need it to stay intact for the 300-foot trip to the exit.
You'll be in neutral going backwards and just rear steering.
It is dicey because this is a big combination unit, and considering one of the tow operators is actually driving in reverse, they need to work very carefully so that we don't have a failure while we're moving this down the road. All right, and we're rolling. Seeing this operation in play was certainly dynamic and fascinating. They got it off the highway in much better time than what we would have had to have had we waited for that float trailer.
Great job, guys.
A memorable recovery that was very well done.
Regarding that tractor-trailer fire, East 403 at Dundas, thankfully the remains have been removed and all lanes have reopened.
What's going on, driver?
Tractor-trailer accident up ahead.
90 miles north, traffic heading into Barrie
Just have it closed down to one lane middle.
is bottlenecking into a serious slowdown on Highway 11.
Passenger's got serious injuries and has been transported to a Toronto area trauma center.
Approaching a truck, moving extremely slowly. The southbound driver tried to stop, veered off the road, and rammed into a stand of trees.
You want to go all the way back there first?
Classic Towing's Phil Barron has already seen that there's no way to pull it out with the cargo inside.
We got it.
We want to offload it. We want to get a good look at the inside of the trailer because we've already seen the underside has broken boards.
Heavy, eh? For insulation.
For the second time this winter, Phil will be working alongside Tyler Wall from Lucky's Towing.
Any bit of weight, if we take it out, it increases our chances of being able to pull this thing out as one unit.
It's crucial that we get this roadway open again, especially before dark. And for everybody's safety, it's very important that we clear this scene.
Offloading the insulation has eaten up valuable time.
It's so badly damaged up front, we may tear it apart when we pull it up. I think that's it. Now we're gonna get our trucks up over there and hook onto it.
Phil moves the flagship 75-ton classic rotator to hook the front. And Tyler gets his wrecker into position.
He'll be on the back end of it, keeping the trailer steady, and then I'll be up here.
Good? That's good.
Everybody ready?
Ready. The plan is to have Phil hold on to the snout of the trailer as I swing the ass end of the trailer onto the road.
Come in a little more.
If there's any movement from the front, since the brake's at the front, it can cause the trailer to snap in half.
Coming.
Beautiful.
So far, so good.
They've got the tractor where they want it. But now Tyler has to swing up the fragile trailer.
Go ahead. I'll just watch you.
Yep. You never know what it's going to do until you give it a bit of a pull.
I'm all unhooked at the front here.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to lift as well as pull the trailer toward me in the hopes that when I lift it up, it doesn't transfer weight to the front and cause the trailer to snap in half.
Whoa, hang on. Is it looking good, Phil?
There's no twisting.
Carry on.
I think we're good.
Clear?
They just needed to swing smoothly the final few feet up to the road.
Staying together so far. There's still a chance that it could rip. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Go ahead. I'll just watch you.
Yep. On Highway 11, the Classic and Lucky crews need to ease the cracked trailer smoothly to the road.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
But they haven't quite cleared the slope.
Although the front of the trailer is starting to turn up, the back of the trailer is digging into the bank a little bit.
The top's more top heavy, so when I pulled the bottom, it's like pulling the legs out from underneath it. It went really quick that way, and I think I caught Phil off guard. You put a line to it, and you can pull it.
Okay.
Phil needs to reposition the rotator and add another line.
I'm just gonna do a straight pull this way.
Yep. So give it a little pull, Phil.
I'll just come nice and easy. A little bit at a time.
We're just going to be as gentle as we can and move as slow as we can and get it up on the road.
Yeah, here she comes.
Okay, just remember not too fast. You're 10 times faster than me. Bring it in a bit.
And the whole front end on the road.
All right, you can stop there. I'll pull the rest of it over here. She's on the road.
We are good.
We should be able to tow it out of here in one piece.
Oh, that's a bummer.
But a closer inspection reveals that the trailer is even more compromised than they thought.
The damage is pretty severe on the floor of the trailer. It's cracked in two places, not just one. There's no way, with the way the trailer is, that we're going to be able to pull them as a single unit.
That's not good.
Somebody's having a bad day for sure.
200 miles southwest, just east of London.
Don't see that every day.
Oh, wow! Wow!
Traffic passing the Putnam Truck Inspection Station is slowing to catch an unusual sight.
Come on.
They had a tractor trailer catch fire inside the scale house. It's definitely kind of a unique situation. It's not too often that you find yourself working in the scale house doing a recovery.
Today, Austin Hutchinson, Ross Service's newest operator, is answering the call.
Today, I'm on my way out with the rotator. Mike's gonna come out, kind of supervise and lend a helping hand here.
It's already been a winter of challenging recoveries for Austin, but the biggest challenge has been leaving his own family's company.
Well, originally I worked for Spicers of Woodstock. It was a family-owned company. My uncle and my cousin owned it. Last year, they decided that they were ready to retire, so David Ross bought our rotator from us, and they offered me a job.
It's been an adjustment, but Austin's earned his place. Today, he'll be taking the lead.
There's nothing left of that cab. Wow.
Putting it on the land all.
As Austin and senior op Mike Ross arrive, the fire crew has put out the flames.
I'm actually gonna pick this truck up with the rotator and set it onto one of our landall floats. One there, one on the back. The biggest thing to worry about on one of these things, just making sure that you got a hold of something solid. Yeah, that's good. We're just gonna pick it up nice and gently. Okay, go on up, just watch yourself. Okay, Brandon, get ready, get in your truck. Should be good there. Keep coming. Hold it. All right, it's coming around.
Boom down.
Me and Austin work well together. He knows what's going on and does a good job.
Well, that's a first.
Today's job might have been simple, but it's another sign that Austin made the right move.
I never got a burnt one out of the scale before. Absolutely, I feel like an equal member of Ross. I mean, it feels like home. Another one done.
The westbound scale's open.
Are the dolly legs on the ground right now?
Back up on Highway 11.
We can wheel it up a little bit.
The combined crews are working to find some way to move the compromised trailer off the scene.
And just put a little winch on it and pull the trailer down.
Once we pull the truck out from underneath the trailer, there'll be no strength to hold it up. The floor will just let go, and then we'll have a bigger mess on our hands.
There's no way the trailer can move in one piece, but it's not safe to let it just fall apart.
We're gonna get you to cut it. Gonna cut it right here?
I'm an arborist. I got called to remove the tree that the truck ran into.
But the crew is recruiting him for a whole different job.
We don't work with chainsaws every day. He's got all that skill. So he's here, we might as well use him, put him to good use.
Cut it right across.
Something different. Change as good as break.
Cutting the trailer in two will allow them to safely remove both pieces without risking the entire unit falling apart on the road. But the floor is only the first part of the job.
Hey, Wes, we got a ladder up this way to go up and cut the roof.
I'm used to climbing a tree with spurs on, but we don't really like ladders in the tree industry.
When he's cutting, he's leaning on the saw. So at any point when something lets go, if he doesn't prepare himself, he could lean forward, lose balance. Watch out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're gonna get you to cut it.
On Highway 11,
almost through.
The heavy recovery crew has drafted their tree expert for his sawing skills.
At any point when something lets go, if he doesn't prepare himself, he could lean forward, lose balance.
He's a brave guy because even though he's standing on the good side, that's only aluminum.
Watch out. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
When I cut the top, the trailer buckled.
The roof is ready to collapse.
I think it'll just fold over one way or another.
Can you push it up?
So the crew needs to be ready.
As long as he knows where the ladder is and he can jump for it, then the rest of us can get him.
He just cut through the top roof.
Evening traffic is building on the bottlenecked highway, and so is the pressure.
I gotta cut the final piece of the aluminum holding the trailer together. We're hopeful. I think there's one crosser still holding it on the bottom.
But they can't spend any more time on cutting.
Just gonna give it a nice easy little pull and we'll see what happens.
They'll rely on force to wrench the rest of the trailer apart so they can clear this road.
That's her.
We're good.
Let's hook her up and get her out of here.
The crew can tow away both ends of the trailer. But that's not the only reason to celebrate.
Just heard from the OPP that the passenger that was injured in the vehicle, she's gonna be okay. She's gonna recover, so that's a good thing. People count, that doesn't. That's just steel.
Right there.
I think we did a really good job. It was a first for me to call in an arborist to come cut a trailer in half. So that was a new experience for me.
Get it out of here, open up the highway.
As a new day dawns,
let's get her done.
Mitch Wright is prepping for an unusual recovery.
Directions are a little off, but it's not like there's a regular, address where we're going.
Mitch and fellow operator Mike Ladner are heading to a job 125 miles west of their yard and far off the 401.
We have a car that's been burnt. It's in the middle of the woods, so we're on the way up right now to try to locate the vehicle and then see if we can't get this thing pulled out. So we're going up half mile. We're gonna see an old railroad line.
Over the past 3 years, Mitch has cemented his role as a rotator op on big recoveries.
We're used to doing recoveries with 53-foot transport trucks and the big stuff.
This year, he's started to take on a leadership role.
What's your ETA to get it out? Like, what's
this thing out? I was gonna say way inside of an hour, 45 minutes max.
I'm starting to lose my patience.
Dark does creep up pretty fast this time of year. Gong show, like always. I went in with a little bit of overconfidence, and this job's pretty good at humbling you pretty fast if you're not careful, so yeah, it kind of bit me in the ass.
But today, facing just an SUV, he's feeling confident.
At first glance of this recovery kind of does look like it's going to be a walk in the park. I guess keep your eyes peeled for that old railroad line. thinking this might be it right up in here.
That's where we gotta go?
Yeah, that's where we're going.
At the railway line.
Yeah. About 1,000 feet up, there's another trail. And we gotta go in that trail 1,500 feet down. Past the mud bog. We'll just take the Bobcat right in, I guess.
This is as far as the truck can go. From here on, they'll have to rely on the mini excavator alone.
All right, let's do it.
I have one bar on my phone.
I'm a little concerned about this job because we don't know exactly where it is or what we're in for.
That sun's already going down.
Yeah.
2 hours left, likely, before it's gonna be sundown. So getting this thing out of here with enough time with the daylight and everything like that and getting home is a priority.
Yeah, just straight back.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
We have some directions that are a little bit sketchy, but you know, I think if we just pay enough attention, I think we'll find our way there. Pretty easy to get lost out here. We know that we're in the right general area, but unfortunately, you know, in the woods, you can get lost. You know, you don't know where you are at all times. I don't know. 1,500 feet down the trail.
I'm not sure I can estimate 1,500 feet.
Well, I would say right about where we are.
Yeah.
But no burnt car.
I'll walk ahead of you.
We're looking for a needle in a haystack at this point, and you know, soon enough, we're gonna be looking in the dark. It's a recipe for disaster at this point.
Lanes are blocked right now. One delay after another.
Just 45 miles southwest.
We'll go see what's going on down there.
Mike Ross is back on the road and heading for a heavyweight recovery.
We're headed down towards St. Thomas to Highway 3. There's been a serious accident down there involving a truck with a coil of steel on it.
You let me up in front. Thank you.
Following close behind in the second rotator is operator Brad Prince, ready for a tough fight.
Coils are complex because they're some of the heaviest loads that are going down the road.
Some of these coils can get up to 80,000 pounds. That's a lot of weight, 80,000 pounds. It's almost what this truck weighs. Big mess here, lots of debris.
A smaller vehicle collided with a truck, sending it off the road and into the ditch.
Unfortunately, with this collision, it is a fatality, so there's at least one person that's not coming home tonight.
But right now, the crew must focus.
That coil's a handful down there.
Mike's father, David, has already arrived and sized up the job ahead.
The coil of steel came dislodged, broke the chains and hardware. It went through the side of the trailer. Part of it's laying on the ground in the mud.
Probably gonna have to drill it. The cap's way underneath the tank.
Yeah, I see that. We'll get the drill.
As younger operators join the crew, for this job, David is happy he can rely on tested experience.
We'll see what it does. If I have to, I'll put the drag winch on, tug it over away a little bit.
He's got a lot of years of doing it. He has an appreciation for weight. That is probably one of the biggest things. Weight and balance. That's what you gotta have for this job.
We gotta pull the truck and trailer out first to get access to the coil. It's kind of leaning up against the coil in the ditch.
Hopefully, with any luck, this coil stays where it is.
The coil, weighing in at an estimated 55,000 pounds, could shift during the pull, causing damage to the trailer.
The trailer has some war wounds, but surprisingly, it's in relatively good shape for going through a collision like this.
And you pull up the chains that are falling out the other side on the back of the trailer.
Ideally, they would pull the trailer sideways, away from the coil. But in this ditch, there's only so far they can pull.
We got the coil on the other side that's pushing up against the trailer. And we got this culvert that's really only a foot off the other side. We don't have much wiggle room to try and maneuver this trailer to get it out of the ditch.
It's probably about a $125,000 trailer, so You don't want to do any more damage to the trailer for the customer.
Mike will use a low line to divert the trailer sideways as much as possible, while 2 lines from the second rotator steer the truck to the road.
Give her a tug.
Winch it from there and see what it does.
Gently pulling this thing out. Really got to be careful how we do this.
They need the trailer to clear the coil without getting caught and dragging against it.
That coil.
Watch the coil on the other side.
Whoa! Whoa! Give her a tug.
On Highway 3 south of London,
Gently pulling this thing out. Really got to be careful how we do this.
the Ross crew is working to ease out the trailer without jamming it on the 55,000-pound steel coil.
That coil.
Watch the coil on the other side.
Whoa! Whoa!
When Brad started pulling it out, the back of the trailer got into that coil, and it was just kind of going to cause damage to the trailer.
It's pushing on that coil real hard.
The coil is starting to drag along the side of the trailer.
Find something to hook to.
Now that they've cleared the culvert, Mike should be able to redirect the trailer away.
You just don't want to cause any more damage to the trailer.
Time for round 2.
You got it up to your truck? We'll get this thing out of here now.
Yeah.
It's coming out just fine.
Okay. We're fine.
Come out of the ditch real nice, actually.
But the truck was just the warm-up. The real challenge will be the coil itself.
Can you confirm the weight of that thing for me?
I really don't know. I would guess 55,000.
Guess we'll find out.
Up a back road 45 miles northeast.
There's no maps, just trust your sense of direction.
With the sun starting to set, Mitch's quick and simple job is so far anything but.
We can't locate the SUV at this time. We have next to no cell service. You know, our directions are very vague.
But just as hope is fading away,
Oh, there it is.
they finally found the wreck, and the first signs are promising.
It looks like everything is still intact, so we should be able to just drag it out of here.
Sun's dropping. We probably got 45 minutes before it's pitch black in here. I've run that Bobcat, you know, pretty much my whole life. I think we can make it happen.
Go.
All right, get aggressive. Not quite what I was hoping for.
Yeah, keep going.
But from the first pole,
Iced up already, man.
the job is slipping away.
Hang up.
It's not even moving, is it?
No, it's not moving.
We're done. It's ice. We got about 6 inches of snow on top of basically a sheet of ice, so it's like a hockey rink under there. Take it off the Bobcat.
All right. Okay, so you'll try to push it. It's just not getting any traction.
Ready? Watch out for a sec, just in case. Ah, all right. Give her.
Mitch has trouble finding traction.
Pushing things not working very well, is it?
The SUV is finding too much.
With a burnt out car, you have no wheels, you have no tires, you know, everything's locked up, everything's digging into the ground and just creating more resistance. Hook a chain around that front bumper.
Okay.
Get it hooked and, finger crossed.
Okay, you're good.
I thought this was kind of going to be, you know, hook the chains up and drag it out, but I can't push this thing. I can't pull this thing. We're out here alone. We got no help.
Drag it towards us a little bit before we try and do a lift. See how it likes it. It's a lot of weight.
On Highway 3 in Talbotville, the Ross crew is rigged up and ready to wrestle the steel coil from the ditch.
We're told it's 55,000. Hopefully that's an accurate number. It's kind of rolling here now. This thing's heavy.
Lifting up to 55,000 pounds off the side could topple Mike's rotator.
When you're lifting a coil of that size, you want to get it as close to the truck as possible before you start to lift.
And to place the coil onto the new trailer, Mike will have to swing it right over top of his truck.
Everything has to be perfect in order to lift a coil like that.
Ready? Just take it real slow. They said 55. It is 55. Pretty good lift.
There's so many things that can go wrong when you're lifting something that heavy.
Which axles you want it on?
Whenever you're swinging over the back of your truck, it always goes through your mind, you know, what if?
You just hope it doesn't fall when it's over your truck, that's all.
Anywhere but there.
If anything goes wrong at this point, it's game over.
We're almost there.
That's always nice when you set her down on the other side.
No problem. Looks good.
With younger operators poised to move up the ranks at Ross, the current lead op still has a lot left to teach them.
That went good. Everything went well here.
Mike has acquired quite a skill set for doing these jobs over the years, and I'm very proud of him.
Straight back.
Wow.
Back in the forest, Mitch has finally been able to move the SUV. Barely.
It's all uphill, downhill, it's icy. To move it 10 feet takes 10 minutes, so it's definitely a struggle.
Right now, they're losing the race against nightfall.
Go, 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 go.
And with the sun going down, we don't have time to waste.
Woo!
That could be an issue. We just got to keep pushing it, shoving it, slamming it, and pulling it, and doing everything we can to try to get it out of here.
And the path through the trees
Bring it more this way.
is getting tighter.
Where am I at?
You go straight back from where you are.
The problem is that we got to navigate through this kind of bush part.
We're gonna have to push and pull in different directions to weave it through the trees.
Feels this is a mess.
Mitch, hang on. Just stop.
They need to change the plan.
There's 10 times more room to go through it here, but I don't want to put the Bobcat on that ice. Down by the mud bog, it's iced over. We're not exactly sure how deep it is or how thick the ice is. I don't know if it's 6 inches deep. Is it 4 feet deep? Well, I could potentially just drag it straight in here, but like...
You're gonna crack through the ice.
I can make it in. Okay, we got about 15 minutes of daylight. If I go through here, we're stuck here all night. That's it.
So he decides to make a test run over the bog before he tries it with a car hooked up.
Oh, it's either gonna go really good or... That's hairy.
No, Mitch, you got water. You've hit water. It seems like Plan A, Plan B, and Plan C are all bad ones.
That's a problem.
You want to zigzag through the trees? I think poking and prodding it through the trees is...
It's gonna take longer.
With sunlight dwindling, Mitch needs to find a route out of the bog.
If I go this way through the trees, we're gonna be here all night. So, I don't know, I'm kind of stuck both ways. It's decision time. A part of me wants to just hold it wide open and send it across this. If I get stuck, we're here all night. Potential of getting stuck and being there all night long is there, or we can go the long way through the trees, which it's a maze. To get there and think it's gonna be, you know, this easy go, it's frustrating. We want this thing out of here. Okay, I got an idea.
All right.
Okay, so we're gonna bring it down through the trees, past where the water is gonna be, like where the water's showing from us.
Yeah.
And then we're sucking it out that way, through the other end of the pond still.
You don't want to go all the way around?
I think if we screw around with going through here and turning it and like, it's a lot of thick trees in there.
Okay, I hear you.
All right, let's try it. All right, 10 minutes left of daylight. This should be interesting. We're gonna go halfway through the trees the longer way and then shoot across the center of the bog, and hopefully it's gonna be a home run. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
This is scary.
You've only got about 10 feet before you have to turn, or you're gonna end up in the drink.
But weaving through the trees is far from simple.
Going this way, you've got all kinds of problems with turning the whole vehicle. Once we get about another 50 feet over that way, we should be able to have a straight shot out to the road.
Woo! Come on, baby.
But that takes Mitch right back over the thin ice.
Come on.
And the muck below.
Go, go.
Come on. Oh, that's icy. Not stopping. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. I'm pumped up. Last thing I wanted to do is, you know, be sleeping in that truck and having a camping night out in the woods.
All right.
Woo! She's out.
We're out.
It wasn't pretty, but she's out. Perfect.
And today, success comes with a lesson.
For it to be a car and, you know, in your head be like, oh, this is gonna be easy is not the case. I mean, we've rolled transport trucks over that went, you know, easier than this car did. That's good. But, you know, the job was to get the burnt SUV out of the woods and get it on the truck, and that's where it is.
All right, we're going home.
I think all in all, that went pretty good.
See how heavy
heavy it is.
Next time on Heavy Rescue 401.
Stay in sync with this one.
Big changes.
Watch that cat strap.
On a big job.
Catch her, Glenn. Catch it, Glenn.
We could puncture the tanks.
Soft shoulder.
There's gonna be somewhat of a tango dance going on.
Hard slide.
Whoa. Whoa. You gotta get out of there.
And a shifted load.
Heavy enough that I could kill somebody.
Meets shifting winds.
I don't want to pull you off the trailer.